Good evening. Hello, ladies. Hi, how are you? Oh my goodness. Yes, guess what? Today is Tuesday. Tuesday at 6:30. So that means that it is time for another edition of Ladies Let's Talk About ... with Tanis Cotto. Oh, come in, please come in, be welcomed. You know, we're going to have a little chat today like we usually do our Tuesday evening chat. And today is week 9. And I'm just so excited. As I say, you know, each week it just goes by and more I am just really enjoy taking time, just a few minutes to just talk with you, talk to my ladies out there. Please come in and let's get started. Wonderful. So today, the topic that I want to talk about is, and I titled it, Hey, Single Ladies. And it's especially for you single ladies. I want to invite you in. Let's have a talk. So as you know, I usually love to just talk to women from a biblical perspective, kind of, talk about things that concern women. Yes, women that are in the body of Christ, women who, just women. You know, there are things that we go through and we experience that are sometimes we just need to hear a word, something that will really help to enrich our lives. So today, when I talk about hey to the single ladies, I want to talk about, are you someone that is perhaps, in the church, you're not married, and you're desiring to be married, and you've been waiting for a long time. You've been waiting on the Lord to send you your Boaz, right? To send you your husband, that man of promise, that man that you're looking forward to living your life with. And, he might not be here yet. So what do you do when you're in the waiting? What do you do when you're sitting there and you're unmarried and you're just waiting for this guy to come by, right? And, It definitely happens. It works. I tell you, I definitely could talk to you about that, because when I decided to give my life to Jesus, what I did was I waited. I was ready to be married. I was really ready to be married. I said, okay, I'm serious. I'm ready to do this thing. But guess what? It took me 10 good years before my husband came. And in that 10 years, it wasn't easy. It was really challenging. Believe me, let me tell you, I had a lot of tears. I had a lot of complaints. I was going kicking and screaming, every now and then I would go to God and say, like, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? Where's my husband? And like my girlfriend would say, well, God is working on him, he's in a process. And I said, well, why is he taking so long? Is he in remedial school or something? Is he a little slow? But like we say, God is faithful. So what do you do when you are unmarried? You are waiting. What would you also say, even if you are married and a sister that's there, that's waiting for her husband to come? What do you say to her? What can you tell her that will really encourage her? And I tell you, I hear this a lot. I do mentor a lot of the younger women in church. I mentor them, really take time to talk to them. And this is a big area of concern for them. And especially if you've been out in the world before you kind of gave your life to Jesus, right? I can't tell you that is an easy experience. It's not an easy experience, because maybe you have been out there, you were living your life, doing whatever you wanted to do, and now you've given your life to Jesus and you're on lockdown, right? You did the don'ts, which you are not allowed to do. And it's okay, because that's what we should have been taught from the beginning. We wouldn't have messed with stuff that we weren't supposed to be messing with. And we wouldn't have known, what we were missing. But that's okay. But what do you tell a young woman that's sitting there waiting for her husband to come? A lot of us, we are so conditioned to think, and especially when you come to Christ, one of the things that we really do, and especially the older women, the married women, the more mature women, stop telling these women, like, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? When are you getting married? I could tell you that's really annoying. And especially if things are not working out for you the way that you want it to work out, it puts a lot of pressure on these young women. And so much so that they will even go out there and do stuff that they're not supposed to do. Or, try to get with someone so that they could get off of that single list onto the married list, and it might not be the right time for her. So just, encourage her. Give her some words of wisdom. What do you do when you are still in the waiting? You know what? Spend some time really getting to know yourself. A lot of the times we really don't know who we are. We don't know what we want. We don't know what it is that we need. And it's imperative to find out first who you are, what your likes and dislikes are, before someone else comes into the picture. Because if you kind of don't know what you want, then you're going to bring someone else into your confusion. So that's one of the things that you should not do. Another thing that you could do is travel, for heaven's sakes. Women, go out there. You're young, you're single, especially if you have your job together, you have some stuff together, you can afford it. Go and travel. Experience what life has out there. Experience the world. Go and see places. Do things. Women, encourage your daughters to go out there and travel. Since we know there are like usually more single, unmarried women in the church than there are married women. And one of the things that I considered doing was to form a club for Christian single women, unmarried women, to really get together and maybe do one big trip for the year. And then I love like going to Broadway shows and stuff like that. So I even considered each month, like we would do something, go out to dinner, just have fun. Some of us, we actually sit down and we're waiting for stuff to come. Listen, you don't have to do that because you don't know if this man is going to come in a year, 2 years, and whatever. So you can't sit there and let moss kind of grow and grass grow under your feet. You have to keep on moving. You have to keep on doing and living and experiencing, doing the stuff that you need to do or you should be doing before you even get hooked up. Let me tell you, it's really nice to experience. I had the opportunity to travel by myself before I was married. I traveled to Paris twice by myself before I was married. And that was a lot of fun. I didn't think that I would enjoy it, but I did. I used to go to Jamaica a lot by myself, go to the movies by yourself. Do some of these things by yourself. If you, or get a girlfriend to go with you, or get a couple of friends to go with you. Live and have fun. Go out to a nice restaurant. Go to a play. Go to some of these things that, you think that, I got to wait for my husband to come before I can do these things. No, you do not have to wait for that. Another thing that I did when I was unmarried was I had a lot of time to really get to know and build my relationship with Jesus. I did. I had time to just spend time with him. I was able to pray. I got up 2, 3, 4 a.m. by myself, crying out to God, praying, spending that time. And I look forward to that time. And I know that God looked forward to me spending that time with him. I also had my bed. My bed was filled with books, and I had a king-size bed. And it was just filled with books and my Bible and all the things that I like to read. And it was really wonderful. I got a chance to really know myself, to love myself, to appreciate myself, all by myself, with myself. And I did that. And, when you do that, sometimes you don't even realize that you're not hooked up or you're not married. When you really take your mind off of being married or getting with someone, that's when someone shows up. That's the miracle of it. It's like you're waiting and watching that cake bake. It seemed like that cake is never going to finish baking. But if you just take your eyes off of it, just watch something on YouTube, watch a video for a moment, you'll be surprised you hear that the timer pop up or something. So, those are some of the tips that you could really do. I tell you, when I was waiting, in the waiting but not waiting, when I was still there and just believing God for my husband to come, one of the prayers that I would pray to really encourage myself was found Psalms 68 verse 6. And it's the first part of it. And it says, God places the lonely in families, or he places the solitary in families. And I held on to that. I held on to that even when it looked like he wasn't coming, it wasn't going to happen. And you might have known that I got married just maybe a little bit later than a lot of people that I know, a lot of my friends. But that's okay. I waited 10 years and God did honor me, and I'm in the new season, the other season in my life, and it is so much richer. But while I was waiting, I wasn't dying at home just waiting. There's a poem that I read some years ago, and I really loved it. I never forgot it, and it's called A Woman's Lament. So I'm going to put on my glasses because, I'm over 40, so I got to be able to read, right? It says, a while you'll learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and chaining a soul. And you learn that love doesn't mean security. Hello, love doesn't mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses aren't contracts and presents aren't promises. And you begin to accept your defeat with your head up and your eyes open, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. And you learn to build on all your roads on today, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain. And futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. That's the part of it that I never forgot. Future has a way of falling down in mid-flight. And after a while, you learn that even sunshine burns if you get too much. So plant your own garden and decorate your own soul instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And you learn that you really can endure, that you are strong, and you really have worth. And you learn and learn and learn while you are in the waiting. Listen, you don't have to sit there and just kind of, let things happen around you and you don't get involved. Do things that you like. Do things that will make you happy. For me, listen, I wouldn't mind. At that time, I was about to, just before my husband came on the scene, I realized, I said, you know what? I'm making really good money for an unmarried person. And so good enough money that I could travel to wherever I wanted to. Like I was looking to book a trip to Iceland, and I was going to Dominican Republic and all of these things. Like I realized, and I said, hey, I can go and, go buy a car, the car that I want to, go get that Mercedes or whatever makes you really, really excited. Doing all of these things while, I said, hey, I've been waiting for a while. I've been faithful. It's okay. So just as I started thinking about doing all of these things within my singleness, and I was content. That's also the key. Before my husband came, I was really content. I wasn't like a desperata looking for someone or going crazy looking for someone. I was just really content in doing, what I was doing. And that's when he came along. So that's the key. And I hope you've learned something from this today. I hope it really can encourage you. To really look at your singleness just a little bit differently. This is especially for you ladies, you unmarried ladies. And practice the word yet. Yet is a really powerful word for you. So while you are yet waiting, yet in the waiting, but not waiting for your spouse to come, go and do some exciting things that you would really enjoy. And I promise you, you will not regret it. And to the women who are married, listen, if these sisters that are in church around you and they need that encouragement, they come to you about a husband, and right now you can maybe give them some words of encouragement and words of wisdom. So I want to thank you. That is it for this week. Really excited. Thank you for joining. I saw some really some names that I haven't seen in a long time on here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for taking a look. Please like, tag, and share, and know that I'm here every Tuesday at 6:30 on Facebook Live. So, and you can also watch it on a replay. So share it to your friends. And remember, ladies, let's talk about ... It's about what you want to talk about. Please, I welcome feedback. I welcome comments. And remember the comments. Please be gentle with your comments. And if there's something that you would like for us to talk about, please let me know. It'll be great. Remember that you are awesome. You are beautiful. You are the best thing that God has ever made. Remember to look in that mirror and tell yourself you are loved. You are fantastic. And you have an awesome, awesome, awesome week. And see you next week at 6:30. Ladies, let's talk about ... with Tana Scotto. Have a great day. Bye.